नमस्ते, सर्वं कुशलं, नमो नमः, तेजल जी, सर्वं कुशलं,
नमो नमः।
स्वागतम and susayam. So, as we start, what I propose to do is to quickly run through maybe we can just wait a few more minutes. If any of you have any questions immediately, Namo Nama Amu Bhagini. So what I will do is I will try to answer a lot of the questions that have come to me on the Google Sheet. There were many questions that came last time, so I will take up both of them and answer them for you. Astu. So we'll first complete that, and then I'll take any fresh questions that you may have today. So I can see Amu Bhagini is there, Shantanu is there, Shubha Prayana. Astu. Jayesh ji is there. Astu. Okay. So, what I'll do is I'll take up the questions one by one. I hope those who had asked their questions are also there here today. So, I will anyway answer them because I think some of them are relevant for everybody who's present here. I hope you can hear me clearly. So, I hope that I'm clear. Sarvam Kushalam Asti. Sarvam Kushalam Asti. Okay. So, let me take up the questions. I'll answer the questions from the first time first and then go down with the present ones. So I had a question from Govinji. He says that, can you please extend your live session? No, that could not be possible. The next one is by Jose Ramirez from Argentina, I think, and he says that would it be possible to teach an introduction to Devanagari script? So this is already covered in the it's already covered in the second course because this one was primarily a spoken one. Astu. Then the third one is by Ankurji. He says that is Sanskrit only an ambiguous language? This I had answered saying that there might be others. There are different degrees of ambiguity, so we have to see. And what is the government of India doing? So this was a question I'd answered last time, where I said that this particular government is doing quite a lot to recognize Sanskrit learning institutions and to contemporize the discourse of Sanskrit. So we recently had a meeting with the HRD minister, and the topic was about doing research in traditional knowledge systems, which included, of course, all the sciences and all the arts. And in that context, there was a discussion to see how can the Sanskrit institutes, have more of a modern approach in their education, and how can those from modern education streams learn by networking with Sanskrit institutes. Then we had Shravan Tiwari who was asking me that when we pronounce Vedic mantras, 6 is called khat instead of shat, and in other places also. I am not familiar with that, so I would not like to comment. I would have to find out a little more to know whether this happens. There are regional differences in the way some things are pronounced, and because it becomes a tradition, it gains legitimacy at times. So I don't know more about it, but it would be worth investigating and finding out. Then there is one by Rishikesh ji who's saying, is it claimed Sanskrit is the most suitable for machine language in computer artificial intelligence, and how far is this true? So, like we mentioned, that Sanskrit is for sure very unambiguous for the processing. Very literal grammatic processing can happen easily in Sanskrit. But then a language has so many other dimensions to say that it is the most ideally suited for the computers. It needs a lot of investigation and research today also. Then we have Rajniji who says that I'm interested in studying this language. I'm not able to access the video classes. So the thing is that these videos are there on YouTube for free. So please try and log on, and that's the only place you can have access to all of them. Astu. Jaita ji says that I live in UK and I'm interested to learn Sanskrit as a means to unlock our heritage. as you so elegantly stated in the first session, after the completion of this course, what are your other courses? So this is a question that I've got from quite a few people coming in. And so here I'd just like to say that in August, very normally, the second level, which is the intermediate level of spoken Sanskrit, will be a 20-hour course, which will start in August normally. So enrollments will start probably from mid-May, June. So you can feel free to enroll. It doesn't, you don't have to have a Sanskrit background previously, like you don't have to have basic Sanskrit in order to do that. If you have already studied Sanskrit earlier, and so you can, if you think you have a sufficient level of Sanskrit, you can directly enroll for it. I have not put any eligibility criteria. And the other thing is that if you are wanting to do it and you haven't been able to do the basic one, you don't require the certification of the basic Sanskrit in order to do that. So just for your own interest, you can look through the videos. You have a lot of time now in hand that can allow you, in terms of, you have time in terms of if the course is starting in August, so you can already start looking through the videos of the basic Sanskrit and you would feel eligible enough to join the second level. Astu. And then we have Prachiji, who says, what else should we do to improve our Sanskrit? Any app, basic books? Please tell us about sources to learn so that we can work on written aspect also. Yes, so one is I have a soft copy of a book that I normally share in my class. I could make that available for you. That is one thing. The other is that I recently shared a mail with other connections. I will just try and see if I can get that for you. Astu. I will just see now. Every time I try and find a mail here, it gets lost. Yes. Let me just see if I can pull this out for you. I'll try and share. So there is this one book which is excellent. I use it a lot in the intermediary course. So I will share this with you. So I will share this with you here. Can you have a look at this? So this is one. It's called Speak Sanskrit the Easy Way. So this is a book by Dr. Narendra, who's my teacher from the Sri Aurobindo International Center of Education. From the Sri Aurobindo Ashram, they have a Sanskrit Karyalaya there. So he has his own innovative way of teaching the grammar, and that's a book that you can use where he's got extensive practice that is there. So that could be a good place for you to look at. Yes. So Amuji, that's what I just shared, that link. So if you have a look at that link, you can have a look. All right. So I will just, like I said, run through the answers of the Google Sheets that I have first, because I missed out on doing that systematically last time. And then I will take on the questions that are coming in today. So going back to the other questions, I have here the next one. Arunesh ji, so I shared this book with you. That could also help. Otherwise, Sanskrit Bharati has Abhyasa Pustakam, which could be quite helpful also to learn from there. And Sanskrit Bharati also has this, like 4-level course on a correspondence course, which is quite well done. So that is something else you might want to know. And Learn Sanskrit by Yourselves was one book that the Rashtriya Sanskrit Sansthan had used, or they had made them as textbooks when they were running the Sandhyakala Vargaha for Sanskrit. So that is a good place where you can also find a lot of exercises. So ma'am, मेरी assignment submit नहीं हुई, disturbances थी, please help. I'm sorry if there is Gaurav ji. If you've not done the assignments as required, I think you are supposed to do at least 3 assignments at least in order to write the exams. Then, because it's a very technical, it's a very mechanical process. So it would be difficult for me to do anything in that context. I'm sorry. Asu. So the next one is option A of assignment 3. Mastakam Purataha Keshaha Santi was confusing. design is very nice. Thank you very much. This is Rajendra ji. So mastakasya, mastakam puratah anyway would not happen. The answer would be on top of your head. So all the others were wrong. Astu. Then I have Alok Gupta ji who's asking, Shikshakai Namo Namaha. प्रश्नकर्ता डॉक्टर हाँ गुप्ता एक प्रश्न या अहम एकम मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर अस्मि एकम इंजीनियरिंग महाविद्यालयस्य निर्देशकः अस्मि यत यत शिक्षा भवत्याः माध्यमेन प्राप्तवान् एतत् पोर्टल द्वारा प्राप्तवान् तद् ज्ञानं केन प्रकारेण प्रसारयामि कृपया मार्गदर्शनं करोतु. So एकम तु अस्ति संस्कृतस्य वैशिष्ट्यं जनान् बोधयतु. So if you can let people know of the greatness of Sanskrit, and then if people want to learn, this is one way, one place where you can learn. Then there is another one which is a Vyoma Sanskrita Pathashala. Samskrita Bharati itself has many branches across the country and across the world. So if you can connect to them, they have very good sources for teaching Sanskrit. There are many. The Maharshi Vedic University Institute in MIT in Nagpur is also offering some online courses. I will also just try and share with you information I got on a course that is starting tomorrow on Panini's grammar. So I think it's a 1-week course starting tomorrow. So if you're interested, it would be a great one to do, especially after doing this. Like I was telling you the other day that there is a lot of this language, right? So you could probably, so you could have a look at this one. This is a 1-week course for teaching 1-week course for teaching Panini's grammar. So you might be interested in following that. So like I see there are questions coming up today also, but I will just quickly cover what I would like to from last time's course, and then I will move on here. So here we have another one, which is Bhakta Vatsalam ji is saying, question pattern will be exactly the same as the assignments. Okay, and there are some who are also asking about whether there will be some quotation, something coming from quotations. So if I remember clearly, there might be 1 or 2, but we've not tried to keep too much of them. If at all, there would be some questions relating to the Subhashitas, but it would be a grammatical memory kind of a question regarding the Subhashitams. So do learn up the Subhashitams. Subhashitams, if you learn them up, they are a treasure for a lifetime. Okay, because they're all wisdom sayings. And that will be precious anytime in your life. So if you can remember them, nothing like it. And then I have Bhakta Vatsalam ji says, is it enough lecture material? No, you going through the lecture material is more than enough, Bhakta Vatsalam ji, for the exams. And then I have heard Shri Satya Sai Prakash ji saying, heard you speak Brahman. Okay, this we had answered. We'd had quite a detailed discussion on Brahman and the Brahmana or Brahmana. So that was that. And worship of God means a 6th case. Deva. Yeah, Devasya Puja, Deva Puja Yaha. We had talked about that also because Puja is an akar ending word. So Deva Puja Yaha or Devasya Puja. I have Bikramjit ji who's saying, is it possible to learn to speak Sanskrit without having a formal education in written Sanskrit language? Absolutely. So the way in which Sanskrit Bharati in fact promotes its classes is the way a child learns their mother tongue. A child doesn't know the grammar or doesn't even know the writing of the language that it first learns. So the idea of acquiring Sanskrit is initially, so that was in a sense the objective of first just getting you to feel confident about the sounds of this language, about having a spontaneous grammar by understanding the logic and fine-tuning your ears to listening to the logic. It's the fine-tuning of your hearing to capture the logic, which is key to Sanskrit. Okay, and very interesting, if I can share with you, I mean, this was just a thought that I had, so it's open to a discussion as well. So, for example, when you learn something by reading or by looking at it, the information that goes through the eyes goes to the head, and then there is a memorization process. With Sanskrit, when you learn it by listening to it, then the listening goes straight to the heart somehow, and then you can feel the entire thing. You can see the logic in a very different manner than mentalizing it. The mentalizing process seems a little more lengthy in my experience of uh, you know uh, teaching and learning this language over many years. Astu. Next one. Then I have a question where I say namaste for word ending with how do you decide which one? Okay, this was a very important question. Let me see if I can share a screen. I will try and share a screen here and see if I can help you understand this. All right, let me see if I can do a whiteboard and I'm allowed to do some drawing on that. So let's see if we can be a little tech savvy here. Okay, so I hope I can do this. Okay, it might come a little thick, but I'll just try and make the point. So the idea is that if I say aham asmi, okay, so it is hum. I'm sorry, it's so thick. Please excuse me. Hum. And then we have, please excuse me, I'm not able to get the pencil for some reason on my system. Okay. Aham as me. Okay, so now the question is what will happen? What will happen here? Okay, the question is what happens to aham asmi. So then the point is this. So if the following, you have to look at the following letter. If the following letter is a vowel, okay, is a swara, then it will become aham, aham asmi. Okay, why? Because if you have plus a, it can become aham masmi. You can have a sandhi there. Astu. So this is one thing. So it will become aham asmi. So whenever you have to think of an anuswara, you have to look at the next letter. If the next letter is a vowel, then it will have to be a ma. The other place where is a ma is if you it is the last word of the sentence. So asmi aham. So now supposing I had to reverse this, I put asmi here, okay, and I put it here like this. Okay. Asmi aham. So this is after that you have a full stop. So because there is a purna virama, the ma will again be a mahalanta. Okay. So now the question is then when does the anuswara come? So I will open up another board. I will open up another board and here, let's look at it here. So let's see what happens here. So supposing it is aham karomi, supposing. Okay. So let's do that. So aham aham, and then we have ka ro. Please excuse the fat thing. I'm not able to get it right. Astu kshamyata. Huh? So aham karomi asti. Okay. Now what happens? You have to look at the next letter because it is a ka. It is a vyanjan akshara. It will become aham karomi. Astu. So the only place where it becomes an anuswara like that is if the following letter is a consonant or a vyanjanakshara. Okay. So you remember now. So the first case was The first case was if it is followed by a vowel or if it is at the end of the sentence, then it becomes a ma halanta. If on the other hand, it is followed by a vyanjanakshara, it will become a anuswara. Now, having said this, there is another very important one that one needs to know about the when do you put the dot in, especially in the middle of the sentence. What is the logic for the middle of the sentence? So the logic is because in Hindi, for example, you will always put a dot to indicate the end of the, you will put a dot to indicate the anuswara sound, the nasal sound. In Sanskrit, you cannot do that. All right. So in Sanskrit, what happens is you have to always consult the next letter to know what happens to the sound. So for example, if I have the word Ankani, now let's see what happens. So if I have Ankani, so in Hindi, you would put a dot, right? Ankani. You would do that, right? Ankani. I will not continue here because it's becoming a mess. Huh? So you would tend to say Ankani. Okay. Now, what happens in Sanskrit is, like I said, you have to see what is the letter that follows. Then you have to go to the nasal of that group, and then you will decide what nasal will be used to replace the anuswara of the Hindi. So tell me now what will happen here. So you will get a ka. Wait a second. Kshamyatam. Anka. Okay. Ankani. Astu. So it's all going in a slant reason. So similarly, if you have the word chanchu, so you have ch and then chu, right? Chanchu meaning. So how will you know what to the nasal? You go ch, j, j, nya, and therefore it is the nya. So astu. Similarly, you have danda. So what happens to danda? The, and then d. Okay, so what happens? Ta, tha, da, dha, na. It will be a murdha sound. And therefore, you will have to put a half there. Okay, I will just make that a bit long. Okay, danda. Okay, so like I said, excuse me for the fat writing and not very controlled, but that's the best we can do for now. So I'll just go back to the. So I hope that is clear that when do you put a visarga and when do you put an anuswara, not visarga. When do you use an anuswara and when do you have a mahalant? I have Vijay Bakshiji who's saying that I have opted not to write the exam to be held in April due to severe personal constraints. Will I get a certificate? No, I'm sorry. The exam is compulsory to get the certification. So if Vijay ji is there, then please, I'm sorry to say that. Do you offer any higher course? Yes, we will start the next level in August. I have Ankurji who says that how can I motivate students to get interested? So I think there's nothing that replaces one's personal passion about a language. And if one really understands the value of this language, then I think the other way of really understanding it also is this, that because I also face the same challenge at IIT, because Sanskrit is not regarded as one of those lucrative subjects, no? So why would anyone in today's utilitarian world invest in it? But the thing is that with Sanskrit, you have the possibility of, if you understand that learning Sanskrit and speaking Sanskrit also does fantastic things to the brain. It makes the brain sharper. It makes the brain more capable of taking better decisions, especially if you're speaking spoken Sanskrit, if you're using spoken Sanskrit. then it really sharpens the brain. And if you have a sharp brain, it will be helpful for anything. So you have to find ways of showing the relevance of the subject to the contemporary youth in order to motivate them. I have Siddhiji who's saying, what books, online resources can we do? So I was mentioning Vyoma Pathashala, Sanskrit Pathashala. I've shared one book online. I'll try and share the other one also. We have the TAs from our course. So we have the TAs Piyush and Dolon. Dolon is the TA for this course, and Piyush is the one who's been on the course for me earlier. I mean, he's the one on the lessons. So I will request them to see how best we can share the soft copy of the text that I teach in class. So if you can have that, then there are lots of exercises there which you could do. Astu, those are two ways in which I can help you directly. Then we have Jayant Malhotra ji who says that the spoken course needs a lot of knowledge of Sanskrit grammar as a prerequisite. Acha, I was hoping that it didn't need that much, but I guess you would be a better judge wherever you are. Again, there are many texts of Sanskrit Bharati basic level courses that you can probably buy online also from the Sanskrit Bharati website, which can help you. Or if you can connect with the Sanskrit Bharati locally, you can get a lot of smaller booklets of writing Sanskrit. Even I was seeing actually the Patanjali Yoga Pitha also has some nice books for Sanskrit. Then we have Dr. Sampadananda Mishra from the Sri Aurobindo Society. They have the Suffolk or the Sri Aurobindo culture for Suffolk, Sri Aurobindo Foundation for Indian Culture. He has come up with some good books on basic spoken Sanskrit. Then the next one is Niranjana ji who says, not on a topic covered, general question, crystal clear, there is no room for ambiguity. So Namaste comes from Namaha plus Te, which is the salutations to all of them. No. So here the Te is it's an equivalent of Tubhyam. Okay. So Tubhyam is the fourth singular. So it's the dative, Chaturthi Vibhakti that is there. So Namaha, so it can either be Tubhyam or Te. Okay, so it's not the Bahuvachanam Te here. Astu. I hope that clarifies it for you. Another question which is off topic, looks like Ekam, but it is Ekadasha. All right. So it is important to know that when we are saying Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatwari, we are counting in the neuter. Astu, like we would have seen also in the course that the root word is Eka, Dvi, Tri, huh? And therefore that with certain hardware becomes Dwadasha and etc. Dvavimshatihi. So that is part of the hardware of the language. But just it's very important to know that when we are counting in Sanskrit, we are normally counting in the neuter. So we are saying ekam, dve, trini, chatwari, pancha, etc. Had it been the masculine, we would have said ekaha, dvau, trayaha. Then we have Amut Kumarji who says that when we finish, this is something that we had answered last time. Then isn't this a link for the live session as for last time? Namaste. In previous assignment, some questions were related to quotations. Yes. So in the exam, like I said, there would be some related to the subhashitams. Nothing related to the quotations this time. Astu. And then we have Satishji who says, what is the importance of prefix? So prefix is very important because the different shades of the prefixes, the upasargas, add different meanings to the words. Okay, so if you have, for example, vish dhatu, which means to enter, so you have upavishati, so to say upavishati. Then abhinivesha, so niveshayati. Niveshayati means going in depth. Abhinivesha is going even more in depth. So it's what you are placing in terms of your investment in something. So Abhinivesha in the Yoga Sutras is one of the kleshas. It's one of the 5 complex thought patterns. So the Abhinivesha in your Yoga Sutra means where you have invested so much into something that if it is not there, then it will make you feel insecure. So it affects your sense of security, of your existential security is Abhinivesha. So we see how the Upasargas add a certain specific shade to the root verb. Astu. We have some more here coming up. So can the dot Anuswara? So I've answered regarding the Anuswara. Then in the examinations, would there be questions as per the Subhashitams and all? No, I've told you no. How could we identify words into feminine or neuter? So the best way is to go through the first case, and there you would know whether it is a masculine or a feminine or the neuter. Then we have in one of the videos you were saying chatura vedaha santi. Okay, so you can say chatwaraha vedaha or chatur vedaha. I have not said chatura but chatur. So there has to be a halant in the chatur vedaha where it is a compound word. Okay, it's a samasta padam. Chatwaraha vedaha becomes chatur vedaha. Okay, so next is how to study the easy way map. Sambhashanam, I think, is the best way that you can do to pick up this language and learn up the forms. If you learn up the forms, then it's the easiest way to acquire a good mastery over this language. Center, please select first choice option. I'm sorry, I don't know where you are from, Pritamji's, to advise you on that. You could contact our NPTEL office and they could help you choose probably. Okay. Namaste. Is it possible to send a complete exercises pertaining to each lecture, revision and result in attend? Okay. So now the thing is that since you have enrolled for the course, you would have access to the entire content in PDF form as well. So please download it from there, Vimiji, and you can have access to it. Next, we have Manoj who says whether basic spoken Sanskrit is important or not. For me, it's crucial, Manojji, that if you have basic spoken Sanskrit, Sanskrit is really, the power of Sanskrit lies in its pronunciation. So if you know how to use this language, I think that's the best, the most therapeutic, and the best way that this language can benefit an individual. So will there be more interactive sessions? Yes, this is the one, Poojaji. Anything else? Then I'm sorry, there's no facility for e-exams as I've mentioned, because there are many who, we need to have a representative of IIT in those places. And for 1 or 2 people, it's not feasible for us to conduct examinations outside the country. So 4 assignment submit किए भी, लेकिन exam portal registered नहीं हुआ. I'm sorry, if you could not register, then either you can write to the NPTEL office directly and ask, especially since the exams have been pushed a little bit. I can also find out and let you know on the forum if there is any possibility on that. All right. So Radha Krishnji says, I've not started to study. Let me study from today. Yeah, please do so, because I think exams, they've not yet given a date, final date for the exams because of this uncertainty. But I think the beauty of this thing is not really so much about the exams. It's really, exams are only an opportunity for us to know how much we know or don't know. But the benefit of this course would be if you can really feel confident about this language and say that yes, Sanskrit is not such a difficult language after all. And even if it is difficult, it's difficult because there's quite a lot to memorize, and that's a fact. But the fact is also this, that if you allow yourselves to accept, you accept that mistakes will happen, but the more you practice, the more you will be perfect. Like with anything else. And the beauty about Sanskrit is, like I keep saying, it's a one-time investment. If you once master it well, then after that it will be very easy for you. So here I have another question from this time session. It says, can you elaborate on the 4th case, as there are no lecture notes on this matter? Note, it was briefly introduced with Kimartham question. I will have to check that up, because I have dedicated one particular case for one particular lecture for the different cases. So you should be able to find it there. But fourth is really sampradhanam, and it really means when you give to. So the person who's receiving will be in the chaturthi, okay, or in the fourth or the dative. So the not the person who's giving will not be. So aham balakaya pustakam dadami. Balakaya pustakam dadami. That's why it is accompanied with this gesture of giving. Okay, so when you do this gesture of giving, balakaya pustakam dadami, it means to the boy. Okay, so that's one case where it gets used. The other is when you do namaha. So namah shivaya. So that's the best way to remember it. So when you have namaha, then it is a chaturthi vibhakti. So the chaturthi vibhakti. But when you are saying aham tam namami, so when you are making it a verb, nama as a verb, then it is a so aham janakam namami, aham shikshikam namami. For example, aham devam namami, aham devim namami, devyai pushpani samarpayami. Okay, so this action of giving will have for the sake, or it can also be for the sake of something when you do something. Okay, so for the sake, and that's where kimartham becomes handy. So aham pathanaya vidyalayam gachami. Aham anandaya sanskritam pathami. So kimartham sanskritam pathami, anandaya sanskritam pathami. And the simplified form there is that if you have anandaya, so you have the kimartham. Artham is for what purpose? Kim artham. And that purpose, when you put it on the word, it can also get the artham if you don't want to go into the vibhakti declensions and if you don't remember. So in case you don't remember the exact form, the easy way to do it is to use your to use the artham. So pathanam pathanartham vidyalayam gachami. Aham. So ananda, aham anandartham sanskritam pathami. And there it doesn't make a difference. So if it is balaka, which is a masculine word, so balaka, balakartham. Okay. Feminine, mahila, or amba, ambartham. Devi, devyartham. Okay, there's a sandhi that happens there. And mitram, being a neuter word, mitrartham. So there's no change there because artham is coming in as a suffix there. So when we were asking about prefix and suffix, there is a postfix, we call them the suffixes. So the declension adds in as a suffix, pratyaya there. Okay. So I'll just try and this for you. Subramani ji says, I'm sorry, there's no exam center in Malaysia, so I can't help you there. And I got 60 and 0 in others. I don't think that's possible, but I'll find this out and I will let you know. Machia Jul ji, Rama Prasad ji. Okay. Then aham sadhyaska madhyamena. So sadhyaska kim asti bhrupati bhirupudi Venkata Naidu ji. So could you just explain that? Pariksham lekhitum ichhami. Idanim shakyate kim. I would have to find out. Astu. Next, Dr. Alok Gupta ji had many questions, and I would, for example, when he says that in assignment 3-4, so assignment 3, I can request Piyush. Piyush, are you there? Piyush? Piyush, are you there?
Can you hear me, Arya?
He's not been able to. I thought I saw him. Dolon, are you there? Dolon, can you answer that?
Can you hear me?
Dolon?
Yes.
Right.
Hello.
So what I will do is I will try and answer that question for you. I will just have to look at the question and then I will share the answer. 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I have it here, and the question is on the It says in question number 3, number 10, there are two correct options. Okay, so what is question number 3, in this number 10? So number 10 is, so what I'll do is I will also share my screen with you, all right? So you can also, let's see if I can do this with you. So I'm trying to share my screen now. And
Arya, can you
I will
can you
just
hear me?
enlarge this a little bit if I can. Well, let me see if I can enlarge this. All right. So I hope you can see it. Huh? So here we have Balakaha, Balika Anand. So choose the wrong Sanskrit sentence. Balika Anandena Saha Patram Likhati. That's correct. Balika Tena Lekhanya. So it's wrong there. Then Balitena, because Lekhanya is an akara. All right. So we just need to have the wrong Sanskrit sentence. So we have Balika Tena Lekhanya Patram. So this is a wrong sentence. So technically this should be correct. Then Balika Tasyaha Lekhanya. So the girl with her pen, she's writing a letter. And Balika Taya Lekhanya. That is also correct. So B is the correct answer here. Astu. So I don't know if you were able to see that. Were you able to see that? Don't know whether it opened up. Maybe it did. But anyway, so the question, I will stop sharing my screen now. So this question here was so Balika, so Tena, so that should be the correct one. Astu. The next one is so I'm sorry I can't cancel that because B is the correct answer. We are not looking for the correct answer. We are looking for the correct in terms of you have to choose the wrong sentence and that will be the correct answer. Okay. Next, assignment 4, D is also wrong option. Please evaluate. Tvam kshetre karyam kritva dhanam prapnoshi. She is the correct form, not prapnosi. Okay, so that will be correct. And then we have assignment. So assignment 4, question 6. What option A is not the right sentence? I think Phalam and Pushpam are also correct as far as used with Sarvam is concerned. Phalani and Pushpani are also correct there. What's the difference in between Agatya and Agatwa? So this is a very important question, that Agatya and Agatwa. So we've seen that when you're using the Ktwa, the Twa form is used directly with the verb. So Gachati is gum from the root gum, so it becomes Gatwa. And then the moment you add a prefix, so Agat, the moment there is any prefix, then the Twa will turn into a Lyap or a Lya. Agatya. So Agatya, but Gatwa. So Prakshalya, but Kshalayitva, to wash. Okay. So that is that. So I hope that one is clear. And then we have considered. So that is the 9th one. So you're saying question assignment 4, question 9 as well. A also should also be considered along with C. So I will just have to check that again for the last one. Question 9. A is Hey Mitram. So the question 9 here is Hey Mitra Lochana Dwayena Vihina Janaha Prati Dayam Karotu. Hey Sahodari Lochana Dwayena Vihina Janam Prati. Okay, Dayam Kuru, that is also fine. Hey Putra Lochana Dwayasya Vihina Janam. So the Vihina will take the third case, and that's why that is correct. Astu. And then we have the next one. All right. That's the one, Alokji, I've just answered that for you. Now, question 1, how to use the correct Anuswara form. I've shown you, explained that to you. and then simple way to master the various grammatical rules of different cases. Kindly recommend books. So I have shared some books for you that would be good, but there is no shortcut. You have to what I really recommend to the students is that you learn the forms vertically. Traditionally, they tend to learn it horizontally. So they'll do Rama, Ramau, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramau, Raman. They learn it like that. But then if you need the Saptami Vibhakti Bahuvachanam, you have to go through the entire thing in order to remember it. But if you learn it vertically, it's the easiest way. And then you learn it with gestures. And of course, if you can then practice it. So if you say Balakaha, Balakam, Balakena, Balakaya, Balakat, Balakasya, Balake, He Balaka, for example. Okay. And if you learn the masculine akara, the neuter is the same. Okay, with the akara. So that really makes it easy for you also. Astu. And then we will so that is one way that you can easily remember. Then regarding the song Aham Pathami Sanskritam, this is by Prakash Chakoji. Can I write it as Aham Sanskritam Pathami? Perfect. That was just to get the musical form to it, but sense-wise, it is absolutely correct. And then I have a last one. Satish was asking difference between Parasmaipadi and Atmanepadi. So Parasmaipadi is about doing the actions towards somebody else, and Atmanepadi is doing it towards yourself. So aham bhojanam pachami. Aham. So when you're doing an action towards somebody else, yeah, then it is. I'm not getting one exactly just now, but when you're doing the action towards somebody else, then it will be. There is one which is very clear, but I will think of that and I will get back to you. Astu. Nitin Kumarji says you can't hear me. Can everybody else also hear me? All right. So I'm now coming to today's questions. So if you have any questions today, I'm going to try and answer that. So I have Saptami Vibhakti. Wait a second. I'm just trying to. Okay. So I will just try to get to the questions of today and see if there's any way we can cover that. Okay. So that's the first one. I have the first question of today, Saptami Vibhakti for comparison. Gai Kanam, Gaikasu, both are used. Both are used alternatively.
Used alternatively or
So Gaikasu means amongst these people. So Gaikasu, Lata Mangeshkar Shresthaha. Gaikanam Madhye. So you'll have to put something else. Gaikanam Lata Mangeshkara Shresthaha would also be the case then. Astu. So I mean, both of them are possible here to convey that sense. Then I have Sumita ji who's asking, is Griham masculine or neuter? So Griham is a neuter word because you have Grihani. Astu. And because it is Grihani, you know that it is a neuter word. I have Deepak ji. Okay, I'll start from below. So Deepak ji says, does images help in building vocabulary? Images in what sense? So if you are connecting the words with the picture, definitely, if that helps you remember, then that would be a great place to start. Astu. That is there. Okay. Just stop sharing the whiteboards. All right. So I'll just disconnect the whiteboard viewing. I'll just see how to get out of the sharing. Uh, 1 second, please. Okay. I'll just get this thing for you out of the way. And then I'll just close this because it is obstructing. Okay. Asu, so I think that's better. Huh? So I will just quickly go to all the questions that you've been asking me today. Saptami Vibhakti, I've answered that. Griham, I've answered that. Give more assignments for practice. We'll see how best we can help you, but I've shared this link here of the Sri Aurobindo Ashram. Please look at that. More practice assignments would be helpful, especially with the exams being postponed. Yes, I truly agree. Is there any link where we can have simple practice in all basic Sanskrit words, grammar? So I've shared that link and I will see if we can find some more links. I'll make them available for you. I request Dolon and Piyush to also help in this process. And then we have, can you share the link with me also? Definitely. I will try and do that, Aarti ji, for you. And then wait a second. I will just try and get this. Wait, please don't write 1 second. I'm just trying to come to the place where we are. So more practice assignments would be helpful. Yes. Is there a link where we can practice? Yes, I said I will share. Please share link of the books. Open Pathashala is one place you can learn the grammar. So Sumita Bhagini is asking what is the difference between shloka and stotra. Stotra always has a devotional aspect to it. So a shloka could be any two verses. Any verse form is a shloka. But a stotra will necessarily have a dedication to either a guru or to something or the other, where it's an entire composition that is dedicated to a certain figurehead or a certain thing, or like Ganga or anybody. It is an offering of in the form of a verse. All right. And then I have Amu Bhagini saying for exam whether we can restrict only what is taught. Yes, that is what is going to happen. So in the exams, please be sure that you will only get content that has come in your assignments. Maybe if there's a few new words, it will be indicated in brackets what is the meaning of the word. But in terms of grammar, in terms of content, it will only come from your exam, from your lessons. All right. So Chinta Mastu on that case. And then we have here, we have, Nitinji can hear me. What's the difference between gacha and gachata? So gachata is when you are saying for bahu. Okay, so gacha, tvam gacha is with tvam. Gachata is when it is you in the plural. Okay, so yam gachata. Okay, so tam ta. So ta is the gachata there. Astu, I hope that is clear. So tvam gacha, yam gachata. Yuvam, if it's two, it would be gachatam. Astu. So that is the difference between gachata and gachatam. You can find that in the last lecture that I have. And in the second part, we will be dealing with this in greater detail in the intermediate course. Next, I have here. So Amuji is saying the exam date in April is postponed due to Corona. When will be the next date? Being physically challenged, I have opted for Bangalore, where the Bangalore is generally a center. I'm sure that Bangalore is a big center generally. So that should not be a problem, Amu Bhagini. And when it will happen is now really up to the circumstances, because they cannot, the whole country, the whole world is confused about anything, any certainty about anything. So I guess we'll just all have to be very patient. I think there are lots of lessons that we are being taught. So, dhairyam, hapayama. and Pashyamaha Kada Pariksha Bhavishyati. But I'm sure you will be notified well in advance. But I think you all are very fortunate that you have so much time to practice your lessons. So you have a lot of time that you can practice and look through these lessons again and again. So कृपया अभ्यासं कुर्वन्तु तेन बहु लाभः भविष्यति. And we'll think about the assignments to see if we can do any more. So we can do that. So here we have Aarti Bhagini is asking, wait a second. So I've answered Amu Bhagini, then Deepak ji is asking, how far images would help in world building? So I told you that. I'm not able to attend the last assignment. Any optional thing for that? I don't think there's any option, but if you've done the 4 previous ones, so the assignment 0 and the 3, you should be eligible to write the exam. So I don't think that's a problem. Pooja ji is saying, can I take the next course without taking the exam? Absolutely. Absolutely. Please feel free to register. I highly recommend everybody to register for the course at least, because you will then get the course content. Whether you write the exam, you want to do the certification or not, that is secondary. But if you register for the course, then you will at least have access to the content of the course. So you will get the assignments, and there will be a regularity of study, is what I would think. Astu. Then we have wait a second. Gacha Gachata, I answered that. Wait, I'll just try and get to that. Yes, I have closed okay. If the name is in words and vibhakti table depends on the category name, like ikaranta, ukaranta, how many such categories are there? I won't be able to tell you offhand, but there are quite a few. Okay, but largely they are all the vowel endings are there, and then you have the halant endings. And the halant endings. So the thing with the Sanskrit is really about patterns. If you are able to start recognizing patterns, then it is easy for you to see how these words are built, because learning each, and then of course, so there is always this percentage of chance for error, but there is a greater chance of getting it right if you're able to recognize patterns there. Is there any link where an exhaustive category of names can be found? If you look at Shabda Rupas, Shabda Rupavali and all, you will get. So let me see. Piyush, can you hear me? Piyush, can you look up for some links for Shabda Rupavali? Any Shabda Rupa words? So just look for that and please share it with the group just now. Okay, just look for some links where you have the Shabda Rupavali, Dhatu Rupavali, and make those links available. If you have access to our intermediate course, even the intermediate course level has all these details. We had, especially in the reference sections, we had suggested a lot of study material, which you can all look up. So Piyush, if you can please have a look and share it on the website, on our discussion, on our chat now, that would be of great help. Dhanyawada. Okay, so that I have covered that. Then Ukaranta and all of that we've done. What happened to the formation of the WhatsApp group? Wait a second. One second, please don't write anybody. So I've got Deepak Shahji. So Deepak Shahji, we did we have an ongoing WhatsApp group and many people shared their numbers. So if you want you to join the WhatsApp group, please share your number here. And I request Piyush to make a note. Right now, he's the admin. So Piyush, who was the TA and who's on the course assistant for me for the previous, for when we were recording it, he is the administrator for that particular one, and unfortunately his phone is out of order now, so he's unable to currently add on any numbers. So just be a little patient, and I'm sure he will add them as soon as he's able to access some shop once this lockdown is over, and he'll do it. But please share your number. So Piyush, please take note of all the numbers that are coming there. All right, and then you will have to add them on. Okay, I would suggest please don't send me a private message. Please send it to everybody, for the simple reason that then Piyush also will be able to see, because I cannot at the same time take down the numbers. It will not be so easy for me if I have to answer within the time. So please share the number if you don't mind with everybody for now. I mean, I can understand your hesitation. Let me see if I can also note down your numbers.
I note down the numbers.
Okay, so I'll just see if I can write down these numbers here. So we have, Piyush, are you saying something?
Yes, I am doing.
I can't hear you, Piyush. Shrotum na shaknomi. 8787553368. So the numbers 3368 is Ananya ji. If not anything else, please share it also on the forum, because that's a safe place where you can be sure that nobody else will have access to your numbers. So that is there. Wait, let me see. Let me just quite quickly get to your messages here and make sure that I've answered all your queries here at least. Please share the links with the forum also. Yes, definitely we will do that. We will share it on the forums also. Okay, so Piyush, please make a note of that. You have to share it on the forum as well. Some apps, Shantanu, like Shabdarupa, Dhaturupa is available on Play Store. You can download them. Thank you very much, Shantanu. So Shantanu is my present research scholar at IIT Kharagpur, just like Piyush also is. So very happy that he's been able to join us on this live session. Can we have a conversation in Sanskrit? Avashyam. So if now I would suggest that you can unmute if you don't have any noise around you. So kripaya ध्वनिमुद्रिकायाः प्रयोजनं कुर्वन्तु. Okay. So 8787, that's Ananya Mukherjee. I have that number. Atra 889810. Okay. So I hope all of you who've been wanting to join our WhatsApp group have shared your number. So we can, like I said, only thing is unfortunately because he has the hostship of it, it will just take a little while before he can join. I have Chakuji's number also. Piyush, please take note of all the numbers. I'm taking down the numbers as well. So Deepak Shahji, thank you. So this group of ours is very active, where we have a lot of people from our former batches who share their things. I'm unfortunately not as active on that. I come on once in a while, but it's an ongoing group and everybody is sharing their own learning in this. But I really request you that if you're joining the group, please try to, as much as possible, also use the Sanskrit language. Astu yada vakyani kurvanti kripaya Sanskrit bhashayam kurvantu. Okay, I had one number here, Shantanu Sarkar. We have Shantanu Sarkar, Amit Palji. Okay. Namaste, Amit Palji. Good to have you here. Wait, Ekakshanam. Just hold it. Pannaji. Do I have Pannaji's number? Tishtatu, huh? So Panna Patel ji is Astu. I sincerely hope I'm writing everybody's correctly. Ma'am, pattern. So Ananya ji, the pattern is just like our assignments that you have done. So it'll be the same. Choose the correct sentence, choose the wrong sentence, fill in the blanks. So it's just going to be the same as what you have already done. Astu. Jaish. Okay. So have I answered everybody's questions? Rupa Chandrika and Chaukhamba. Yes, that is one place where you can do. What is the meaning of apostrophe in Soham? Okay, so I had a question regarding the Soham, and I'm going to explain that to you. So in this case, I'm going to again share the slide with you here. So we have, I'll do a whiteboard. Okay. So here we have, so this will come in the part 2, the intermediate course. Okay. Soham is a sandhi. So the sandhi is saha. It's a visarga sandhi, okay, where you have saha, or more appropriately sah. Huh? Sah plus aham. Sah plus aham is soham. Sah, the visarga, plus aham, soham. It becomes a longer vowel there. Okay, so saha plus a becomes soham. Okay, so the question there is also koham. The question to which that is an answer is actually koham. So, can you break it up for me with the same logic? If you have used the same logic, then how would you break that up?
Kaha plus
How
aham.
would you break that up?
Kaha plus aham. Soham. I think.
Visarga plus aham. So what will happen? Kaha plus aham. Uttamam. Exactly. So koham is not. I'm just getting that to get the halantin. Okay. So koham is who am I? So kaha aham, and the answer is soham. There. Astu. So that I am. It's a maha mantra, of course, because the more you say it. So kimartha maha mantra, because the more you say it, it actually creates that experience because of the embeddedness of sound with experience. So each of these, the Sanskrit language is so special precisely because there is an embedded experience in the sounds of this language. Astu. So that is the meaning there. Astu. So can we expect the intermediate? When? It's in. It'll be happen in August. So normally later August, so maybe from the 24th onwards, but please register soon because of all these uncertainties. If we are not so sure what will happen. What is tan plus tan? Tan, stan. There is an S that comes in somehow. But this is all part of the second level. Tan, tan become tan, stan. As far as I remember. Okay. I'll just go. I'm writing Arya. Do you need to write? Okay, I'm closing this. So allow me to close this whiteboard.
Can I ask one question?
Huh?
Can I ask one question?
So I have Amajis, I have everybody, Deepak Shah. I think I have done this. Apps. Alkaji, I have your numbers. I have your numbers. Have I answered everybody's question?
Ma'am, I want one question. You have already answered, but I
WhatsApp
couldn't get it.
content sheds hugely appreciated and helpful. Bahut dhanyawad Smita Bhagini. And I think the group gets all the credit for that.
No, ma'am.
Ananya ji is too much time and make us lazy and sloth like to revise a lesson. We'll definitely see if we can share the things. So we have Aarti ji who's saying that she missed out on the thing. So I hope we have Aarti ji's number also. So let me see if I can. Is there any simple question? So can I, Amit Palji, can I ask a question, please? Amit ji, please feel free to ask your question. Somebody here also saying, Amit Palji says, I have completed 10 episodes of Basic Sanskrit. I'm getting difficulty to remember grammar stuff while making sentences. Is there any trick chart to remember? So, like I was saying, if you learn it up with the actions, that's the easiest one to do. So if you learn it up, balakaha, balakam, balakena, balakaya, balakat, balakasya, balake. Okay, so that is the way you can remember it. Abhyasa is the only one. Is there any other? There are some songs, Dr. Narendra, which I'm introducing in the intermediate course. So there are some songs in the intermediate level where, you know, there are easy ways to remember, but you need to know the whole chart and all. So I think it's just memorization of it. And actually there is not that much also, no? So if you do, actually it's not so easy because I get confused with the rules. Huh. It is true. It is true that one can. Okay, so I think what I would suggest is if you can sort of connect it with an image in your mind, you know. So if you're learning up a form and you learn it up with images, so somebody had mentioned about vocabulary with images, but if you're learning aham balakas the Shashti Vibhakti balakas in front of. So you can use translation methods. You can use these different kinds of methods to try and remember of the different forms is what I could say. I hope that helps. So somebody with Toshiba is saying Aham Amba or Mama Amba, which is correct. So if you are the mother, you will say Aham Amba. And if you are if you're saying my mother, then Mama Amba. So it depends on what you want to say. So I think, I mean, one of the greatest powers of the Sanskrit language is that it forces you, because of its Vibhakti form, it really forces you to get a lot of clarity about the relationship of words. What is related to what word in which way? That relationship has to be very, very clear. Is your word the subject? It will then get a certain thing. Is your word object? Then it will get a certain ending. Is your word the instrument? Then it will get a third ending. Is your word receiving something? It will get your fourth ending. Is the word you're talking about from where something happens? Panchami Vibhakti or the fifth Vibhakti. Are you talking of something belonging to something? Then it is the sixth Vibhakti. If what you are talking is showing you the in or on, then it is the Saptami Vibhakti. And finally, if you are addressing it, then it will be the Ashtama or the Sambodhana. Okay. So thank you, Dolon. Thank you very much. Link for Shabdarupa. Bahut dhanyavada. Is there any Duolingo like app for Sanskrit? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of as yet. So I have Avadhani ji who's asking in Shivaya Namaha. Shivaya is Chaturthi Vibhakti. In Namo Namaha, Namo is in which Vibhakti? So Namaha. Namaha. So Shivaya Namaha Asti. Okay. So Namaha Asti is the thing. So it is the Prathama Vibhakti. So Namaha Namaha with the Sandhi becomes Namo Namaha. Shivaya Mama Namaha Asti or Mama Namaha Arpayami or Mama Namaha Asti. It cannot be Arpayami. So Mama Namaha Asti. Okay, is that clear? So it is the Prathama Vibhakti there. Avadhani ji. Next, I'll just quickly go back to see if there's anybody here who has any other question. Aarti ji had sent her number. Piyush, do you have Aarti ji's number? And then we are going to run out of time. So what I would propose is maybe that we can come online. Everybody can show themselves, and if we can manage to have a quick conversation where you introduce yourselves in Sanskrit, that would be Uttamam. Astu. So I have Aarti Bhagini's number here. I will just try to take that number down. Aarti Bhagini. Namaste Bhagini. This is home.
One second,
Bhagini
one second.
Bhavatyaha Nama Kim. You will have to unmute. Vibhanshuta, could you give them the facility to unmute? Can you give Vibhanshuta, can you please unmute them? Namaste ji.
मम नाम सुंदरः
I cannot hear you. Oh, okay. Now tell me. Sorry. Please tell me.
मम नाम सुंदरः
Astu.
इंटरमीडिएट कोर्स अपठम्
Oh, उत्तमम्. भवान् किम् अस्माकं WhatsApp गणे अस्ति?
अस्ति
भवान् अहम् अस्मि. उत्तमम्. भगिनी भवत्याः नाम किम्?
मम नाम प्रकाश
प्रकाशजी अस्ति. अस्तु. भवान् कुत्र अस्ति? प्रकाश महोदय, भवान् कुत्र वसति?
कुत्र भवति मलेशिया
भवतः गृहं कुत्र अस्ति?
अहं पिनेङ्ग् नगरम् अस्ति पिनेङ्ग् नगरम् अस्ति.
So aham Penang Nagare. So see, that is where you have to say Nagaram in. Live in Penang Nagara, no? So in will be Nagare. So that's why when I spoke about the clarity of the word, what is the role in your thought, that is where it becomes important. So aham, who is aham? So automatically the verb will have to connect to the subject. So in Sanskrit, you really will get this clarity of who is doing the action. The moment you start with aham, you think of the verb. The verb is us to be. And because you're saying aham, then the answer will be asmi. I am. Aham asmi. So because it is I, it will always use the me that is there. Kutra, where? Place. So location. So Penang Nagaram Nagare Asmi. Astu, Uttamam. The others?
अहं चेन्नई नगरे अस्मि
Uttamam Mahodaya. Uttamam. So can I hear from the others also? Aarti Bhagini Vadatu? Aarti Bhagini? or I can't make out who this is. Somebody's home. Who's home? Sumita Bhagini. Yah griham kutra asti?
Aham Sumita.
Bhagini. Aham Sunita. Us.
Sumita. क्षम्यताम्.
उत्तमम्.
अहं सुमिता अस्मि.
हा. भवत्याः गृहं कुत्र अस्ति?
अहं पुणे अस्मि.
So Pune Nagari. Okay, because it is the located. So if you also teach your body the language, so when you're speaking Sanskrit, you teach the body, especially with the vibhaktis, then there's a greater chances of it getting embedded in your system. Astu. Pune Nagare Asmi. Astu. Arti Bhagini vadatu bhavatyaha griham kutra asti? I can't hear Arti Bhagini. Arti Bhagini? I can't hear your sound somehow. Sorry. Anna Bhagini? Arti Bhagini, your sound is not clear, unfortunately. Vadatu, vadatu, now I can hear you.
Hello, ma'am.
Vadatu? Ma'am, vadatu. भवत्याः गृहं कुत्र अस्ति?
मम गृहं मुम्बै नगरे अस्ति.
उत्तमम्. किम् अस्ति मुम्बै नगरे? अस्तु अस्तु उत्तमं. महान् सन्तोषः. अस्तु. And here we have Prashant ji. भवतः गृहं कुत्र अस्ति?
विशाखपट्टने नगरे अस्ति.
एवम् 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 एवं. कुशलं. बहु धन्यवादः. भवान् गतवारे विषये उक्तवान्.
आम् आम्.
Astu. We have some others. I will just say hello, quick hello to everybody. So we have Ammu Bhagini. Bhavatyaः griham kutra asti?
गृहं
कुत्र अस्ति मा?
बेङ्ग्ळूर्.
उत्तमं. बेङ्ग्ळूर् नगरे अस्ति भवत्याः. अनन्या भगिनी भवती कुत्र वसति? अगर्तला नगरे अस्ति. उत्तमं. संस्कृतं भारतस्य किं वदामः योजकभाषा अस्ति. So it can unite the entire nation. उत्तमं. महान् सन्तोषः. अन्यत् कः अस्ति? पन्ना भगिनी भवती कुत्र वसति?
नमो नमः मैम. नमो नमः.
कुत्र?
सांगली अस्ति. सांगली. It is Sangli event.
वदतु वदतु. स्पष्टं नास्ति, क्षम्यताम्. भवती लिखित्वा प्रेषयतु. मम नाम शङ्करय्या. कुत्र? नगरे आन्ध्रप्रदेशे वसति. अस्तु तिष्ठतु. सर्वेषां शङ्कर महोदयस्य परिचयः अभवत्. इदानीम् अत्र होम् का अस्ति? माता होम् का अस्ति? आकाश. आकाश परिचयं. अस्तु आकाश. जयेश महोदय भवतः परिचयं ददातु. शंकर महोदय, we can only see your forehead. See your face. जयेश महोदय भवतः परिचयः, भवतः गृहं कुत्र अस्ति? अस्तु. जयंती नागराजन भगिनी भवत्याः गृहं कुत्र अस्ति? Madhu Bhagini, you're all muted.
Hello, ma'am.
Namaste, ka vadati?
Namaste. Can you hear me now?
Vadatu.
Please ask me questions. I could not able to answer. I gave the answer in writing. Mama, aham Mumbai Nagare vasati.
Sir, no. So, Vasa, see, the moment you say aham,
Vasami.
Uttamam. Huh? So the brain has to do the same muting. Tell me.
One more thing, you answered my query regarding that is Vishu and Nariyam and Narinam, right? Vriksheshu Narikel Shrestha, and why Nari? The difference is there.
No, Narishu, no, Mahila Su. So the thing is that after an akara, the sh becomes a su. Actually, it should be a su, but after an e or an a, the s changes into a sh. So there is a lot of phonetics in Sanskrit. Okay, and because of the phonetics, the su, the shu actually becomes a su. Nar and Mahila Su.
What do we?
You will have to learn it. Memorization ever. See, only thing is that if you are a little more familiar with it, then you will be able to identify these. Like for example, it doesn't come. Mostly it will be su. Mostly it will be su, but sometimes it's a shu also. So e after an e it will be shu. After an a it will be shu. So once you're a little more familiar with the different forms, you will start recognizing patterns. So Sanskrit is really about patterns and familiarity. More the familiarity, more the patterns you will recognize.
At this stage, if I cannot able to make the difference, is it okay? No, I get tensed that I cannot able to understand.
So with Sanskrit, you should never get tensed. Satyam. With Sanskrit, you have to study it for the joy. The more you study it with joyfulness, the more easily this language will come. It is something to do with
one lesson if I do and then I practice, it's okay with me. But when I try to mix all the vibhaktis, then I get confused. Then I feel that I cannot able to speak.
See, speaking will come with practice. I have more than 30 years, 35 years of practice. And even now I make mistakes, like I said. So making mistakes in Sanskrit is very natural because you have to be extremely alert. Sanskrit demands extreme alertness of your mind to get it perfectly right. All right.
Even if with mistakes, if I can able to speak, it is okay. No, the slowly and gradually confidence will come.
Absolutely. Please make mistakes and speak. Please speak by using 90% English, 10% Sanskrit, or even 98% English and 2% Sanskrit to start with. Chinta mastu. Sanskritize your English words so that you can then start using the ending. All right. So you try to Sanskritize English and then slowly words will come.
Namo Nama.
Kasi. Madhu Bhagini.
Yes, ma'am.
Vadatu Madhu Bhagini.
Aham Gurugrame Vasami.
Uttamam.
मैम एग्जाम के लिए कितनी छुट्टियां और मिलेंगी मैम?
ये भगवान ही जाने, लिटरली हम भगवान एव जाने।
एक्चुअली जब 26 को एग्जाम है तो 1 मंथ की छुट्टियां थी तो हम लोग प्रिपेयर कर लेते थे, लेकिन अब तो इतनी बहुत सारी छुट्टियां हो गई हैं और अचानक से एग्जाम आ जाएगा तो प्रिपेयर कम मुश्किल हो पाएगा।
आपको पहले से नहीं, वो डेफिनेटली आपको पहले से ही बताएंगे। तो आप ये दोनों अलग तरीके से भी इतना टाइम मिल रहा है प्रिपरेशंस के लिए, इसके बाद अगर नहीं हुआ तो
ये तो हम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन सीरियस जो प्रिपरेशन है मैम वो उन्हीं दिनों में होती है जब एग्जाम डेट आ जाती है।
नहीं, मैं बोल रही हूँ अभी आपको इतना संस्कृत आपको आ जाना चाहिए कि रात को नींद और स्वप्न में भी आपको संस्कृत दिखना चाहिए।
मैम वो तो दिख रहा है।
दिख ही रहा है मैडम, every day you practice one or two
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में।
उत्तमम् उत्तमम् बट वहां पे संस्कृतस्य प्रयोगं कुर्वन्तु तदानीं लाभः भवति अस्तु
जी
हाँ
हाँ जी
WhatsApp group has got an excellent group of very
यस
I mean
मैम
very
हाँ
good
जी
students. There are Jeshthas who have learned Sanskrit by themselves. They've learned it through these courses. So they're extremely warm and helpful. तो कृपया यत् सन्देहः अस्ति यः सन्देहः अस्ति तत्र पृच्छन्तु तत्र साहाय्यं मिलति एव. So you will definitely get help there. Okay.
हाँ जी थैंक यू मैम।
हाँ मधु जी हाँ बताइए.
One request. Can you prepare a video of all the Subhashitam so that we can recite every day? So when I speak along with you, that
Yes.
time my notes, what you say, that rhythm is perfect. But when I start speaking myself, that rhythm goes, means upar ka sa, niche ka, means where to break and all, no, it becomes very messy. So if you prepare a video of all the Subhashitam, no, so every day we can practice with you, no. Here, what I have to do every day, I have to take the cursor at the end and then Subhasitam along with you. So that tune, no, I
give this a thought. Satyam, we'll just have to give this a thought for the simple reason that all our video facilities and all everything is frozen, and normally these are time-bound activities. So when we are doing a course, then we have that much time. There's a whole staff. So I'd really like to express my gratitude to Bibhanshuda and Sumanda who are looking after this course, and they are this is now almost like a holiday time for them. They are spending their time for this. So I'm very grateful to them, to all my PAs, Dolon, to Piyush, to Ramya and all for being here. So if we have to do this, it has to be a separate activity and we have to see how best. So maybe we can try recording and posting on the forum. Bataiye.
If video is not possible, then can you do recording? Only audio will also do. No, we can recite after you. Means I can play and I can. That practice will be there. No? Exact pronunciation and all.
Satyam, I'll have to consider that and see how best to make it available. Astu. So we'll see if we can make it available on the forum. Astu. Suman Santoshaha.
Kritagyoasmi.
So just one small correction, Kritagya, because you're a lady. So Kritajnya Asmi, Kritajnya Asmi. There are many things that we use in our daily language which have come down, through just the usage, but they might not be technically correct. So if you are doing Kritagya Asmi, yes, because it's a lady. Kritajnya Asmi, yes. Kritajnya, just like Soham, Kritajnya Asmi is a man saying, I am grateful. But a lady will say Kritajnya Asmi.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. So I think I will say Dhanyavada to everybody here now because it's already time and they've been very generous, like I said, Bibhanshuda and all, for the time that they spent on making sure the course happens and the live sessions happen. Astu. So one last request is I request everybody to come on the screen. We'll do a nice screenshot as a memory of our class. Shashankji, Shankarji, only your forehead and your nose are seen. Shankar, go there.
And this photo can be shared?
Yeah, we'll try and share it. Okay. Namaste, Amuji. So, Shankar, only your forehead and nose is coming, so you'll have to go back a little bit. Astu. Huh? So, there are people who've already logged out. So I'll take a photo with whoever's there now. So Ekam, the way everybody smile. Dhanyavada. Astu tamam. So I'll share that with you. So Shubham. Namaste. Shubham bhavatu.